Okay friends, Southern Creator here. I have had a few requests for doing the lower levels of Coruscant after I did the Tower Plaza a few months ago. So I decided I'd go ahead and do that for the people that asked me. I hope you all enjoy this one. I've spent the last couple weeks working on this. I didn't design this one in Bricklink Studio like I normally do with a lot of my other mocks. This one is totally freehand. Just built this and threw things together as I went along. Let's go ahead and start, since we're doing lower levels here, let's go ahead and start with the lower street level here. Down here I wanted to have it a little darker, a little more grungy. You can see I've got a few places down here. This one right here, this building is Rhodian crime gang building. It is lit. There is lights in there, as you can see. The next one over here is a bar. This sign didn't quite turn out as well as I would have liked. The light doesn't get through all the translucent bricks, but anyway, it's Arabesh for bar. This one's quite exclusive. You can see there's a door droid there letting people in or not. Over here, this is a little street cafe. I kind of got some inspiration for this from the lower levels of Coruscant. There's some 1313 project pictures. There are pictures of what the artists had in mind for when Ahsoka was running through the lower levels of Coruscant, running away from the police. And there was several pictures of a little sidebar restaurant, and I thought that was really, really cool. People can just walk up. I've got over here a little garage, warehouse just right over here. Warehouse, you can see that it's lit. It's lower levels of Coruscant here, of course. There's a lot of rust. Things aren't as well maintained as they should be. I wanted to include a little bit of that. You can see where the rust is bleeding out from the door onto the ground. A couple guys working here, unloading some boxes that just got dropped off. They're going to be taking it inside. You got some people coming and going. I wanted to use a lot of aliens. There's a few humans down here, but of course the lower levels of Coruscant are a lot more aliens, whereas the humans are a lot more affluent usually. Not always, but usually. You see more aliens down in the lower levels. Moving up here, I wanted to kind of link a few of the levels together. So I showed you that you've got actually there's 3 levels in here that I've got. And if you look at this one here, there's a water pumping station, if you will. You know, the lower levels of Coruscant are not very pretty. They don't care about having industrial stuff right out in the open. Unlike this is something you would never see in the upper levels of Coruscant. It's a big pumping station, and these 2 techs are trying to figure out why this valve has blown open. There's water coming out. It's leaking down, running down, splashing out in the bottom level, going down into the sewers. These people don't care. This is everyday common stuff for them in Coruscant. There's a couple of apartments right here. Apartment balconies. This is not the entrances, it's just the balconies. You can see she's come out on her balcony wondering what all this water and commotion is all about. I see the lights on inside. Moving up here to this level, I really enjoyed making this one. This is more of a party level, whereas down here you've got grungier stuff, exclusive stuff. This one up here is more of a party level. Got a couple of Ithorians hanging out outside a bar. This is bar 66, from Order 66, haha. Just wanted to have a little Easter egg in there. Here's the door. This little restaurant slash bar, I actually got a little bit of inspiration as well from some of the artwork. Maybe you recognize it from the slanted forward windows, the orange backlit windows. I really like that. It was one of the concept art pictures, again, that I saw for lower levels of Coruscant that I found. It's not a direct copy. I did my own adaptation of it, threw a few things in my own. Anyway, back to the aliens here. We've got some Thorians, a couple of twi'leks just now leaving the bar, having a good time. You can see an alleyway. One of the things I wanted to include was depth. I really like depth to these city MOCs, and I love, you see MOCs where you've got pictures of like New York City, whatever, you can see between the alleyways, you see the tall buildings that go up. I wanted to have that where you look down an alleyway and you see the buildings off in the distance. This is kind of a lower level, but there's a break in the buildings where you can see into the distance. You can see a couple guys talking. This guy right here, he is, sorry about the glare. The lights are a little strong. He's drunk. He's on his last bottle. He's asking people going by for change or whatever. They're not really impressed with that. Going over here, we've got a club. This is going to be something akin to what we saw. Sorry for the brightness. I'm trying to make it a little better here. There we are. This is kind of like a club that you would have seen in Attack of the Clones, where Obi-Wan and Anakin are chasing down the changeling. So I wanted to have a nice, one of the nicer looking buildings down here. Still lower level, still nasty, not upscale, but people are having a good time. A lot of girls, some dudes coming and going. Got a Gamorrean guarding the place to keep things. He's the bouncer, keep things under control. And one of the things I also want to include is you'll notice that there are walkways that go off into the distance. Again, sorry for the lighting. Tell you what, let me turn on a better light. There we go. Now we got a little bit better light here. You got some walkways. These sidewalks go off into the distance. There's other portions of Coruscant, of course, where people can go. One of the really big features that I loved seeing in the Jedi episode where Ahsoka was on the run from the Coruscanti police, from the Jedi Order, was you see her take an extremely long distance elevator down to the lower levels. I wanted to include something like that. So if you look here, you can see she's on her way up, female Rodian. She just got on. There's other people walking to the elevator. She just got on, and she is on her way up. See, there's a couple of guys here waiting, and then it goes up, continues up the tube far into the upper levels. All this over here, these things, this elevator anyway, runs on a compression system, and there it goes, and it shoots the elevator pod up as far as it needs to go. Coruscant wouldn't be Coruscant without neon advertising, so I tried to include a few of these. You got this one here. My first attempt at it. I don't know if I like how it turned out. You let me know. I got one here for the little bar, and we got one here with a Rodian on it. The text just says Rodia. I just wanted to have a little billboard with something on it, with a face and some words. You can see up here on this third level, there's an access panel that's opened up, and you can see wires hanging out. The sign's having electrical problems, and someone's had to open a panel and bypass some circuits just to get the sign turned back on. Again, people in the lower levels of Coruscant don't care about cleanliness and tidiness. It's just to get it to work, get it to do its thing. And up here, lastly, for minifigs, I've got Trandoshan bounty hunters. These guys are looking for someone. They've been hired, and I think this is really cool. I really like Star Wars Lego aliens. I really like these guys, and it just so happens over the last couple of years that I have found, let me just take these guys. There are other minifigs, if you look at the feet there, that have the claws coming out, that just fit perfectly for, and I forget the name of this alien, where he comes from, but the green is perfect. You can tell this is just a lightly clothed Trandoshan. I think that's fantastic. How you can mix match minifigs and get exactly what you want quite often. So yeah, if we back up here again, I just really wanted to have multi-leveled view of Coruscant with the ground level, all the action going on, up to the next level here, and then up to the third level, and then looking off into the distance, you see, let me turn that off, there we go, that's better. You can see the buildings in the distance. And of course the rest of my Lego project room in the background. I put a lot of time into this one, like I said, a couple weeks. I didn't actually spend a whole lot on it. The only minifigs I actually bought for this one were the Verk species and the two Authorians. I didn't have any of those. I did spend a pretty penny on those three, but that was it. All the rest of the stuff I've had from other MOCs. So I didn't actually spend a whole lot of money on this. This was, like I said, this is just freehand. So I just built with what I had. Let me know what you think. Hopefully this one turns out to be one of the better received MOCs that I've made. And I've got a few more in the pipeline here coming up soon. Appreciate you stopping by and having a look.